Andre Karpathy, the guy that literally builds self-driving at Tesla, has just released a brand new open source project called Autoresearch. And when you combine it with Claude Code completely for free because it's open source, it enables our AI agent and agent skills to automatically update and enhance themselves as it gets feedback on how it's performing. And in this video, I'm going to get you set up and running within 15 minutes, showing you how to get all of the code onto your local machine, how to actually come up with an example using LinkedIn, and then last but not least, actually getting it to run and showing you the outputs. But what is auto research? Well, Andrew Karpathy, the guy who literally built self-driving within Tesla, has generated this automated loop where it's able to go through, test lots of different iterations, identify what's working and keep that, and then disregard any of the issues that it identifies along the way, or helping us getting the best outputs where possible in this automated fashion that can keep going and going and going until it gets the best result. And because we're using it with Claude Code, we're not going to have any of our API costs. It will use up your tokens pretty quickly, depending on the plan that you're on, but it gives you a massive advantage for having that really great skills, actually giving the output that you want to. And the best part is he put it entirely on GitHub for us to be able to use. We're going to go and check it out in a second, but we really need to understand a bit more about it. But what does this really mean for us as users? Well, if we use this auto research skill, as you can see on the left-hand side here, this was an example that he used within his GitHub repo, which we'll show in a second, to massively improve the output that he was looking to achieve. He had an initial baseline that he was able to get from the first version, but as this agent went through, it gradually got better and better and better and better for that output we were actually able to achieve. So what this really looks like is, as we can see on the right-hand side here with this graph, is as we go through and improve the quality of these skills, we go through, we do the testing, we find what's working, we're improving the description of how to go through, execute any of the commands, any of the bonus resources like scripts that may support skills, we can massively improve the output quality as we go through. So if we come across the GitHub repo, we'll be able to see exactly how it works. So within the file structure that we're going to get in a second, we're going to have three main files that we want to check out. Don't worry too much about the prepare.py, it's not as important for the rest of this. The ones that are important are the train.py and the program.py. The reason for this is because the train.py is going to be the one that the agent uses and iterates upon and edits as it goes through and does the testing to store and save what's basically working, what's not working, and really identify that better quality output as it goes through. We're also going to be able to change the program.md, which is the baseline instructions for the agent. So as we go through and give it a specific request, like the LinkedIn one we're going to show today, it will go through and update it for what we want and make sure it's meeting our requirements. So now let's go through and actually get it set up for our specific use case. First things first, you're going to need to make sure that you've got something like VS Code installed and running locally so we can see all of the changes as we go through. And then I'm also going to be using Claude Code for us to be able to run it in VS Code. When you come across to VS Code, make sure to actually have the Claude Code for VS Code extension installed. I also like to come across to settings. If we just come into here, up to settings, and then we want to also turn on bypass permissions or dangerously skip permissions to speed through some of this development. You don't have to do that, it's just nice and easy if you want to speed up the development process. So first things first, we're going to come down the bottom. I'm going to use Whisperflow just to speed up this process. Hey, please can you go through and download this GitHub repository so that we've got all of the files and aspects that we need to go through and generate some amazing skills and enhance the performance of our Claude agents. We're then going to paste the URL in there and send it off. Now what this means is we're going to use our Claude Code to get everything installed on the left-hand side here within the folder we've set up. If you've not set one up already, you just need to go through, come up to the top, for example, File, go through and open a folder, or you should have done that the minute VS Code loaded up. As we can see here, it's now coming down, making sure that we've got everything we need on the left-hand side here for us to be able to use it in a second. Whilst that's downloading, what are some of the examples of why and how we should use this auto research? Well, think of it as those processes that we need to constantly improve based on a specific metric we're testing against. So for example, if we've got an email sequence, that could be the open rate that we would have for the emails going through. We could see the pricing pages. We could see the number of, for example, purchases going through at a specific page. Same with the product copy, how many people are viewing it, adding it to their basket, or as you can see here, moving through the pages on a funnel, opting into sequences, and much, much more. All of these have specific values that we're able to test against so that we can see if they're increasing or decreasing as this agent goes through and actually improves the skill's performance. But what are some of the other considerations for what good looks like for specific use cases? Well, we want to take into consideration the feedback speed, i.e. how quickly we can test the improvements. We also want to make sure that we've got more quantitative versus qualitative data so that we can actually test against it. And then last but not least, the changeability as well. We want to make sure that we're using API-driven platforms where possible, of course, to make sure that we're actually able to automatically make the updates so that the agent can run quite autonomously, think of an idea, test it, and then start to implement it. We want to look at, for example, here with cold emails, they're a great use case because we're able to get lots of specific ideas spun up and tested over quite a short period of time against thousands of different emails to see the open rates, the reply rates, click-through rates, all of these different parts that we consider key for that business process. And we've also got API integrations that we can use into lots of different platforms that have cold email outreach. We can use this skill to massively enhance all of the outputs that we get for lots of different use cases where we can define what good looks like and we can easily test against it. And there we go. As we can see here, we've now got everything downloaded for us. We can come across, we can see the example progress, and we can see those key files that we needed to use as well. So what we're going to do is come back across. We're actually going to just go through, tidy this up, and then we're going to go through a specific example. Great, so now that's all tidied up, let's go through and build our skill. We're going to go through and say, hey there, I need you to go through, use the /skilled creator to make sure that we're creating the best skill possible from day one. Lots of the LinkedIn messages that we get out there at the moment sound like absolute spam, sometimes over-engineered for AI personalization. What I need us to go through and do is we're going to create our very own AI skill that you're going to use as Claude that will help connect with individuals. We're going to have 5 key metrics that I want you to test against. We're going to have the personalization to the specific situation. We need to make sure that you're under 300 characters. We need to make sure that you've got one specific clear CTA, leads with value, not a pitch, and there's no spam words or anything like that included in the message. And there we go. We're just going to send this off for our specific message. So as this goes through and develops the first version, we'll be able to see the quality of it gradually improve over the time. And hopefully by the end of this, we should get one that is a personalized specific outreach message, under 300 characters, clear call to action, leads with a value not a pitch, and there's no spam words. So then we can go from the before version, gradually over time to after. And again, we could quickly and easily segment and test against different markets. For example, we can get Claude to automatically improve over time for how we reach out to private equity groups versus estate agents versus to manufacturing companies, and it will understand how to actually get those better reply rates, open rates, response rates, and everything like that we would expect from the sales messages within LinkedIn. Let's come back with a couple of quick questions. We're going to be reaching out to small and medium-sized business owners, specifically with a voice AI offering that's going to be for their businesses. So these are great, for example, for trade businesses to help get leads 24/7, 365. Or, for example, you've got aesthetic clinics, dentists, everything like this. We're going to lead with lots of values. So it could be a free discovery for them, a free demo that we're able to install just to really show the value up front. You're going to be given their LinkedIn profile, their job title, all these different parts, of course. We can also go through and scrape their LinkedIn profile using some of the market tools out there as well. So you can use that information. And then, yes, spam patterns, just whatever the industry is overusing in the moment. We just need to make sure that we're not doing that whatsoever. So take the best industry approaches at the moment. It's just come back with 3 example test use cases. We're going to have Dave, Priya, and Mark as the example prospects to go through. And if we come a bit further up, we'll see here there's already researched about some of the best tips and tricks when we're doing outreach on LinkedIn, and it's drafted that initial outreach skill. So now we're going to have that loop feature where it's going to keep looping through, iterating, rerunning the tests over and over again to see the quality of the output, and hopefully it improves it. So we'll come down the bottom. Yes, this sounds absolutely good, ready to go. Please crack on and make sure that we get the best outputs possible over that iteration loop like we have with auto research. And one of the reasons I think this is so powerful is because now we're able to go through, constantly improve our skills 24/7, 365. If we've got our agents running autonomously, they could always go through every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever your time cycle is, take that latest feedback on board, improve it, adjust it, and enhance it. So exactly like you would have with social media targeting, with you maybe specific ads within your own specific applications or business, whatever you're developing, to make sure that you're constantly refining and enhancing the outputs that you produce for lots of different segments or subparts of your business. We can also see a few of the example outputs. So as we can see here, this was the output with the skill. We can also see down here the message that we send through. So then if we come to the next, we can see without the skill. Again, keep going through with the skill, without the skill, and it's going to keep going through and testing all of them. We can also do submit all of the answers for review. We can come up to benchmarks. We can see how it went. We can come down the bottom here. We can add some specific feedback in here for what we like and what we don't like about those messages that have been generated to help give it that guidance. And as it goes through, what's working, what's not working, and where it needs to improve. If we come back across to our GitHub repo, we can see on the left-hand side, we've now got LinkedIn Outreach and LinkedIn Outreach Workspace. We can see the evaluations as it's gone through, so it's trying to assess what it's looking for, how it's performing. We've got the skill that goes with it as well. We can see the first iteration, so we can see with the skill, without the skill. We can close that down. We can come through and we can see the aesthetic clinic. We can see the electrician profiles as well. So again, as this goes through, just the iterations, we'll be able to see what we like, what we don't like, so that we can get those improvements nice and quickly. So I'm just going to go through, enhance what we've already got at the moment, and just show you what it's like after a couple of iterations. So as we can see, it's gone through the first couple of batches of testing. It's done experiments 1 to 3. We're now going to go through 9, 14, all the way down to 43, and they're all going to be testing more specific elements as they go through. And there we go, after 38 different experiments, 39 different experiments. As we can see on the right-hand side here, we've got all of the outputs that we're able to see. For example, here, we've got one for a photographer. Again, by no means is this the best practice because we gave you a very loose prompt to begin with. But imagine you've gone through, given it a really clear requirement of what good looks like for LinkedIn outbound messaging. You would definitely be able to massively improve the outputs that you get on a mass scale, or improve the SEO for your website, improve the cold emails that you're sending out, improve the ad copy for stuff that you're using on Meta Marketplace, anything like this. You'd be able to massively improve the outputs incredibly quickly, and you'd be able to set this on autopilot to just run in the background. And if we come back across to the eval dashboard as well, we can see that it's got some stats in there to see how it performed with the skill, without the skill, what it was good at for specific versions. So the aesthetic clinics, the electricians, dentists. So even if we wanted to go through, add in lots of details, we can definitely do that. Again, this is just the style. I'm sure that this will be massively improved over time. People will fork this and change how it operates. So it's definitely worth checking out. So I definitely recommend going across and checking out the brand new auto research from Andre Karpathy, getting it downloaded into your instance, improving the skills that you've already got set up, building your own ecosystem that sits around it, not just having isolated skills. If you want to learn more about that, check out the other videos on the channel. Now, if you're serious about AI, whether you want to use it in your business, build automations for clients, or you're just getting started, come join us in the AI Edge on School. It's completely free to get started. Hundreds of members all over the world, business owners, freelancers, consultants, all using AI and automation to get real results. There's a full masterclass section, templates you can grab and use straight away, and live weekly calls where you can ask me anything. No fluff, no algorithms, no ads. Link and QR code are on screen now, or just simply check the description and you'll see it there. And stay tuned for more videos about AI automation, and have a great day.